Could be, but I have no idea.
Yes, the lazy assassin has no idea. He's on a need-to-know basis if he's even going to get in trouble.
This guy, man. I don't know about this guy.
I guess I could get in trouble. Let's find out. He's a little rebel.
As interesting as it is, I can't help but think of him like sitting back with a big gut, like putting his finger in his belly button, saying the story.
That's what I was thinking, man.
I've been training for 15 years, can't get past 3 push-ups. Like, that's why it's been taking so long.
That South Park episode where they're playing the World of Warcraft game against the gamer.
Slouching all the way to the left, kind of like how I'm sitting right now.
I don't need to know much. It is a cool story, and I'm putting the Chiru on the list with all the other ones that I'm not going to read right now. And he is asked to, I don't know why Art asked him to name the Antichrist, if someone's going to come out and name it.
Oh, yeah. Did this come before the Antichrist line that he opened up?
I'm not really sure. It probably around the same time. Maybe that's fresh in Art Bell's mind. He just really wants to know who that Antichrist is. But we're going to move on to another caller. And hooray, another female caller. And hooray, another secret society from a lady.
First time caller line, you're on the air. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, is this Art?
It is.
Hi, Art.
This actually is my secret society line, you know.
Well, how about this? I've been a member of the Solar Temple.
There we go.
I beg your pardon?
The Solar Temple?
Solar as in sun?
Yes. Remember the Templars that in 1995 were found supposedly supposedly they committed suicide in France?
Yes, and then
Canada
in
and Switzerland.
Yes.
Well,
You were a member?
I was a member of the Solar Temple, but thank God I wasn't there at that time.
May I back you up just a little bit? What compelled you to become interested in and approach the Solar Temple?
I was invited to attend a presentation about the Templars at actually a Unity church in San Jose, and they said they were an organization. If you go all the way back to medieval times, so we know who the Templars were, but they're saying that the Templars, there have been resurgences of Templar activity over the centuries, and that this Templar organization was an organization that would be helping people on Earth to kind of transform their lives, getting ready for the new millennium.
So now we have a member of someone who left of the Solar Temple. Now, before I say holy shit, Drea, did you look into the suicides of these Solar Temple members?
Oh, yeah. It was pretty disturbing, man.
All right. Tell us some stuff. Tell us what you got.
Okay, so first of all, there were voluntary and involuntary members, as you can imagine. And it was creepy as hell because in some of the cases, there were children involved because they were trying to be reborn in the Star of Sirius because they were convinced by the very convincing leaders that this planet was going to, be dying in, the apocalypse. And so we better go and be reborn on Sirius. And no, I know your kids are going to be scared, but just drug them and then set the place on fire. So a lot of people were drugged and either shot or the whole place would be set on fire. And when they were found in like a star formation with like their feet all together and everything, and with like bags over their heads. And just really, really creepy shit, man. And there's more about like murders too, but that's the main gist of the suicide.
Did it say what the cause of death? Like, how did they die?
Most of the times it was fire, and some of the times it was poison or gunshots.
Oh my God!
So I'll say it now. Holy shit! This lady was a member of this organization, and she got out. Let's hear some more from Solar Temple lady.
I never got anything of this doomsday cult, nothing. There was none of that. And
see, that's why when it comes to some of these other organizations that claim to be doing nothing but good, I won't name any, I'm frankly a little suspicious. And we all know what happened with the Solar Temple people. And,
oh, my God, absolutely.
Sure, and there was a front of doing good and helping people prepare for the new millennium, but behind it all, there was something very different.
I found out that shortly before all these suicides, which I find it hard to believe people killed themselves by tying their hands behind their backs and putting paper or plastic bags over their heads. Some of them died supposedly of gunshot wounds, poisoning, whatever. But I heard that $82 million was transferred out of their coffers to Australia right before this whole thing happened.
Raymond,
which I thought was a little weird.
Really?
Yeah, because in medieval times the Templars were the bankers.
Yeah.
And this, Philip the Fair and this whatever the Pope was at the time, the Templars fell in disfavor with them, and so they started all these rumors about the Templars being homosexuals and a cult and Satan worshippers, and so they started burning them at the stake.
So yeah, fucking all
Yikes.
that $82 million sent to Australia. Raymond Wiener von Braun. What's going on with that?
That's all
Yeah.
I need to hear.
Are you homosexual?
No.
Yes, I am gay.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Templars. Yep, she had to bring it back to, they accused the Templars of being homosexuals back in the day, and they conspired against them. But this lady isn't done, and this lady isn't just a solar temple lady. I'm pigeonholing her. Let's hear some more.
Anyway, I also, I've also been a Rosicrucian for many years.
Whoa.
And, yeah. And,
You really have, you're a joiner, huh?
well, I'm a seeker of higher consciousness.
I love art.
When you live in California.
Love
Right
so
now
much.
I'm in New Mexico, but, I have been doing a lot of seeking and meditation, and I actually, and I know you're going to think this is very strange, but, I've heard it, you've heard of people channeling, right?
Oh, yes.
I know. And I never ever thought that I would ever do anything like that, or half the time I didn't believe when I heard people say they were channelers.
Well, I want to say it again, because I always get clobbered for this. I'm suspicious of channeling, and the only reason is because it's so easily faked. That doesn't mean that it's not real,
Right.
that things are not channeled. But
Right.
it to me, there's a lot of room for fraud.
Sure.
That's all.
Dude, real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I love that he said that, but then he also was really easy to plug that my wife douses.
Oh,
she
yeah.
douses all the time. You're like,
Good point.
what? These are not different.
There's a lot of room for fraud in your wife's dowsing art. This might have been before that wife.
No, but
Oh, that's true.
I-
It could have been Ramona.
Yeah. Oh no, it's what I like this lady because, like he says, wow, you're a real joiner. So I want to ask you, Drea, you involved in any secret societies that you need to get off your chest? You're a lady in California, and you're into all this. So she's saying she's comparing herself to you almost. What do you have to say?
She is, I don't appreciate her outing me like this. And that was my whole thing from the get-go. It's like, the secret societies that I'm involved in are none of your goddamn business because they're secret.
Uh-huh.
Okay? They're a secret.
They're between me and the society.
Yes.
And click. Oh, wow. We're going to have to cut that last 5 minutes out for your protection, Drea. But
Thank
thank you
you
for telling us that. But this lady,
That was wild.
What's Art's beef with channelers? You think he would like Corton?
This is Central Control. This is Central Control.
Oh, man.
I'll bring it up later. I'll bring it up later, but there is a quote-unquote channeler that he is tight with that I'll talk about later. This lady goes on. That's the last clip we're going to hear. But eventually she gets to a point where she starts talking about hearing text in her head and that she...
Thinking?
She exactly, and she wrote it down as a paragraph and then as a book, and then she asked if she could send Art the book, if he could fax him a book, and he insisted that no, my fax machine can take 3 pages, and then it starts puking, and then she's like, then she goes, can I send you just a paragraph? And he goes, sure, but make sure, he told her like 3 times, make sure you include your phone number on there. So I think Art was digging this call a little bit. And this lady also,
like a phone number.
to go on, this joiner, she also knows Ingo Swann. And she asked Art if he had ever had Ingo Swann on, and he hadn't at that point. Art hadn't even heard of the book Penetration or about the remote viewing of the Dark Side of the Moon, so she kind of set that up for Art to later have Ingo Swann on. Very just a little coast to coast history right
His
there.
book is called Penetration.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like the old punk
It's
band.
famous.
It must be tough.
called
It really must be tough to
penetration.
Google that book.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of other
you're gonna
penetration.
get some-
Image
for
search. Definitely don't video search.
Oh, too late.
Can I make a little say something about penetration? My
Oh no! Oh no!
Always.
my first band that was actually any good in high school was called The Penetrations. Moving on.
Nice.
There we go.
The penetrations.
Oh, man,
Multiple
more than one.
penetrations.
Oh no! This is
Wouldn't you prefer it be more than one? I mean,
There was
never
three of
mind.
us. I'll post a
Moving on.
sticker or an old tape or something. Okay, and we're gonna move on. And he has he's got another caller, and this caller comes in with a very, very obscure secret society.
I want to expand a little bit about the gentleman earlier concerning the secret societies.
Which ones?
Well, I've got some more societies for you.
All right.
Jason's Society, the Order of the Quest, and I can tie them into.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Was that the Jason Society?
Uh-huh.
And the Order of what?
The Order of the Quest. The Order of the Quest.
The Order of the Quest.
Oh yeah, and the
Sounds
Cabal.
like a video game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like that Neo Geo 3DO game.
Did he say the Jason Society?
So
Like people named Jason?
So we're updating our thing. Now we have the Masons, the Rosicrucians, the Eastern Star, the Osirians, followers of Horus. We got the Illuminati. We have the Order of the Declawed Gerbil. We have the Solar Temple. I wrote them down. I wrote the Brotherhood. Rest in peace, Russell Crooks. And now we have the Jason Society, the Order of the Quest for the N64.
This isn't Johnny
video
Quest. This is
console.
Jason Quest.
Oh my god!
Jason
It's a
Quest.
Game Genie expansion.
So this guy, I don't know what to think of him. I just love the name, so I had to play that. And when Art even saying the word video game is great to me. So it's been too long. It's only been 10 clips or so it's time to get back to those pesky Masons.
What is the Order of the Quest, out of curiosity?
The Order of the Quest and the Jason Society are the new societies that were developed between the heads of the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations.
CFR.
Mm-hmm. These are the people that are leading us.
And what Order of the Quest? And Jason, what are the goals of these organizations?
They are leading us into the new Armageddon. They're leading us into an artificial Armageddon, the New World Order, the distrust of the people.
So their goal is to initiate Armageddon?
They're doing it right now, Art.
Why would they want to bring on Armageddon? That's a central question. I mean,
yeah. Let me help you there. The Freemason, the 33rd degree Freemason.
Yeah,
there you go.
Split up the two. There's a 33rd-degree Mason that doesn't have any idea what's going on. And then there's a 33rd-degree Mason that moves on to the Knights Templar that moves forward to help with the... moves forward to try to help with the...
See, now there will be people, they're going to call up, I guarantee, and they're going to say, this is so much crap.
I know.
That there are not secrets. And I've been in doubt of that and suspecting the kind of thing you're talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
So you're saying even within the 33rd degree Mason, there is a split?
There is a split, yes.
Actually, that's interesting. This guy was very excited, and he sounds real.
Yeah, Jason Quest was very excited, and he gives a little credence. He gives a credence to the people earlier who were the 33rd degree Masons that didn't know anything, and the 33rd degree Masons that did know something. So I guess each side gets points for that because maybe he's just listening to this episode and he's just writing a really cool fanfic video game. This Jason Society, Order of the Quest, The Mason's Revenge, Part 2, Armageddon.
Part 3, Jason's Revenge. I would play it.
Totally. Like the game I was thinking about too when I said that 3DO Neo Geo thing, Dragon's Lair.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about? The most impossible
arcade game ever made. If we're thinking of the one with what's his name?
It's like highly cinematic and it's
and it's impossible. And I play it on arcade games all the time. And I played it as a kid, and you can't do shit. It's the worst. The worst game. What's that guy's name?
Like this guy.
Dirk the Adventurer, whatever his name is. Fuck that guy. I hate that. But I want to find out more about Armageddon.
Why, going back to my first question, why would they want to bring on Armageddon?
Well, because there has to be a in order. Okay, the light. Okay, the Lucifer.